In this sublesson, we're going to discuss what a dashboard is. We'll discuss why you might want to create a dashboard in the service, and then we'll finish by demoing the build of a dashboard. Okay, so I have logged into my Power BI service, and I am in my workspace. And right now we can see that per the previous sublesson, we've got 2 reports now and 1 data set. So we've got the report that is called Sales Data Mart. We've got the data set called Sales Data Mart, and now we've got the additional report that we just created called Sales Map. So next what we want to do here is let's go about creating a new dashboard. So what I'm going to do here is just go to the very top here into my workspace, click that little drop-down box, and what we're going to do is go down here and say Dashboard. Okay, so we're going to create a brand new dashboard and we're going to give it a name. We are going to call it Sales Analysis. We're going to go ahead and go create, and it's going to create a blank dashboard for us. So we have nothing in this dashboard right now. What I'm going to do is on the left side of the screen here in the navigation pane, is click the drop-down box. We'll see that we have our new dashboard here called Sales Analysis, but now we need to start putting some content on it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is then go to our report. So I'm going to go to the Sales Data Mart first and take a look at the report we have here. And what I want to do here first is I'm going to take the sales performance and pin it into the dashboard. So one thing to note here is the way that the visualization is configured at this point in time and how it's filtered will be how the visualization goes over onto the dashboard. So what I'm going to do here is we'll pin the sales performance. What I want to do here is hover over top of the visual itself, and we'll see this little tiny pin where it says pin visual. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And what I'm going to do here is pin this into an existing dashboard, because just a moment ago, we went and created an empty dashboard. So I'm just going to go like this. So I'm going to say keep the current theme, say pin, because we can have themes for our dashboards, but we won't discuss that in this class. We can go ahead and go pin. And if I want, I can say go to dashboard. So I can now take a look at what the dashboard looks like at this point in time. Okay, so what I'm going to do here next is I'm going to resize this tile here. So I'm just going to go to the bottom right-hand corner of the visual itself, and I'm going to start dragging this to resize it. So I'm going to go something like this here, and in behind the scenes, before we're going quicker, you can notice a gray background. So if I was to go ahead and drop the visual right now and let go of my mouse, it will snap back to that gray border. So if I want, I can go like this, because I want to reposition this a little bit and make it smaller. So I'll wait for the sizing to change here. There we go. So there's our one sizing change. And if I go ahead and drop it like that, we'll be like this for our visualization. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab another report tile from our Sales Data Mart report. So we are back over here. Let's go ahead and get our total sales by year. So maybe what I want to do here this time is I'm actually going to make it so this is the total sales by year for Mountain Bike 200 Black 42. So I'm just going to click on this, and we'll see the visualization has changed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to click on the pin, like so, and say pin into an existing dashboard like that. Go to the dashboard. It will notice now the visualization still has the filter context from the report itself. So once again, we're going to go ahead and resize this like this. So let's just get it right like that. Perfect. Now, maybe not the most appealing visual here. We're going to leave it at this here for now, but let's go ahead in a subsequent lesson. We're going to go in and give the name or change the name of this dashboard when we configure the tile so we can reconcile it and say, here's exactly the information that's contained in here. Because it may be a little confusing to a user to look at this and say, well, why am I only seeing such small numbers here for 2020 and 2019 when I know that I've got much larger numbers over here? And that's because we filtered it down to a specific product. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is go back over to my Sales Data Mart report, and I'm going to grab the total sales versus target sales here. So what I'm going to do here is click the pin on this. Let's go ahead and pin that into our existing dashboard. And I'm not going to go to the dashboard this time. I'm going to go to the sales map, and we're going to pin this visual into our dashboard as well. So I'm just going to click the pin here and pin it into the existing dashboard, like so. And now I'm going to go to the dashboard now that I have all of my tiles here. Okay, so I have the dashboard looking the way I want now. So what we can do here is we can actually rearrange the tiles so we can move these around if we want to by, let's just maybe swap these two around like this and move this over here. So if I want to do some moving around to the visuals I can. And at this point, the dashboard is complete enough. What we want to show you here next is the following, and that is the Power BI mobile layout, and we'll do that in the next sublesson. So with that, that brings us to the end of this sublesson.